Have you ever wondered how to get rid of fat cells after weight loss? Evidently, this is a very highly Googled question, so I'm doing a video about it coming up next. Keep watching. In this video, I'm going to talk about your fat's role in health. And by the way, it's not all bad. Then I'll reveal whether you can get rid of fat cells after weight loss. And finally, I'll tell you what you can do to reduce fat and build muscle if you've lost your weight. I'm Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer, and I created a nutrition program that enables you to lose 10% of your body weight every month without shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise. It's basically the proper human diet of real food, water, and sleep. If you like my videos and you like my style of being real, authentic, and raw, because this is how I am, then consider subscribing. I would love that. So you're worried about getting rid of fat cells after you've lost your weight. The first thing you've got to understand is that fat isn't all bad. Everybody needs some fat in their body. Fat cushions your internal organs. Your brain is made up of 60% fat. It can actually be dangerous for your body fat to be too low, especially in women. No, it's not good to have too much either, of course. In our modern day society, being too low on stored body fat is not the problem, really. We have the opposite problem. I think you can all agree with me on that. But the airbrushed images you see online and in magazines set an unrealistic standard for what a healthy body looks like. Don't be so terrified of body fat, okay? I get my body fat tested on a regular basis, about every 6 months, by a professional exercise physiologist at an exercise physiology lab. So I do monitor my body fat. And yeah, look, I want my body fat to be a bit lower. I know that we can all probably stand, especially anybody watching this video right now, stand to lose a little bit of body fat. I mean, who doesn't? Really, pretty much, I don't really think anybody watching my channel is super lean. I don't know. Maybe that's you. I don't care why you're here. I'm just glad you're here. But I am constantly on this quest for lower body fat. I recently had my body fat tested in February of 2021. I'm getting ready to have it tested again. And I have 40 pounds of fat on me and 118 pounds of muscle. So I'm in the top 1% of the most muscular women in the United States. And because my body fat is 25%, it's considered low. That's something to think about. You don't want your body fat to be too low, because you can get what's called amenorrhea, and I'm talking about too low. I'm thinking about in the teens and even single digits. It's not healthy at all, especially if you're within childbearing age. But in this age of Instagram and social media, where we have filtered, Photoshop, and fake, we have been brainwashed to believe that all women should have perfectly flat stomachs and this outline of abs. See, I've got 40 pounds of fat on me, but almost 100% of it is in my lower body below my belly button. It's all in my hips, in my rear end, and my thighs. That's just the way that the women in my family are built. So I pose for Instagram with a sports bra on and some sweatpants kind of pulled down low below my belly button, and I can flex in the mirror, and I can flex in the camera, and people are like, oh, she's so lean. My abs are always lean. They always stay lean. That's not where I carry my body fat. And then what do? I cover up my body fat, which is my low body, so you can't see it. So just because you can see someone's ab doesn't mean that they are super fit or super healthy or super lean. It's just one part of my body that doesn't carry the fat. So all this to say to you, I really want you to be aware that what you see online isn't the whole picture. You're not taking into consideration somebody's metabolic health. Whether you have cellulite or not does not matter whether you're metabolically healthy or not. You need to not just look at these fake altered photos and be like, I want to look like that. Even they don't look like that most of the time. And anymore lately, I've been being a lot more transparent online than I've ever been, and I've been showing my entire body so you can see where I pack on the fat and what I really look like, instead of just covering up the areas I don't like. So I think that it's very important. We just need to understand what real women look like. Real women have curves. Real women are made for childbearing, which means we have fat in our lower bodies in order to protect and carry and grow a baby. The body fat is so important for our hormones and for our childbearing status. We've got to be able to prolong our species. That's what we were created for. So that lower body fat is gonna be higher in women. It's not something that you need to worry about. It's not something you need to try to change. I do believe in getting your body fat down to a healthy range, but I don't believe everybody needs to look like a bodybuilder or some fit CrossFit chick. You know, there are detriments to having body fat that low. As for getting rid of fat cells after weight loss, this is gonna surprise you. Are you ready for this? According to a 2008 National Library of Medicine study, you don't actually burn fat. When you lose weight, your fat cells simply shrink. If you gain weight, your fat cells get bigger. Whether you lose or gain weight, you still have the same number of fat cells. The only way to actually get rid of fat cells is through surgery that removes the fat tissues from your body. That's a pretty drastic measure and probably not right for most people, though I don't know your specific situation. Once you've lost all your weight, you can use exercise and eating windows to help you lose more body fat. Exercise is not a way to address a weight problem. You cannot outtrain your diet. But when you've lost all your weight, exercise is a great way to change your body composition. And when I say body composition, I'm talking about your muscle and your fat ratio. You can add pounds of muscle and reduce pounds of fat. Exactly what you'll need to do depends on your current body composition. You're way better off losing your weight first and then focusing on building muscle. For one, exercise makes you hungrier. And for most people who gain weight while exercising, they're just eating more without even realizing it. Exercise doesn't give you free rein to just eat whatever you want. If it did, we wouldn't have fat athletes. I used to be a fat athlete. That's how the Code Red lifestyle was born, because I was fat and sick, and I was exercising 3 to 5 hours a day. I was riding my road bike 300 miles a week all over the world through Spain and France and Italy and all over the United States, and I was a really good cyclist. And when I was the fittest, I was also the fattest. I had IBS flare-ups, I was on medication, my skin had acne, I was gaunt, I was ashy, I had migraines, I didn't feel good. That's because I was eating crap, but because I exercised so much, I didn't think it mattered. We would not have fat athletes if this was the answer. I go to CrossFit gyms all over the world. Everywhere I go, everywhere I travel, I like to do a drop in to a gym. I just love it. And every CrossFit gym I've ever been to has fat athletes that are very strong. I mean, these ladies are pulling a 405 deadlift with a 195 overhead snatch. Just very fit and strong, more fit than me. But they're asking for the seatbelt extender on the airplane. Does that make any sense to you? Before I go to my next point, do you like this video? If you do, could you share it? That would be so great. Hit that little share button. But really, I want to hear from you. Comment below and tell me what you think or used to think about fat cells. Did you think about getting liposuction? I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, we always think that's the answer. Was that the answer for you? Or how did you feel about all this? Comment below. Tell me what you think. If you're worried about reducing body fat after reaching your goal, focus on weight loss first. Then when you reach your goal weight, focus on building muscle. In case you're thinking about this, let me make something very clear. Muscle does not weigh more than fat. A pound of muscle and a pound of fat both weigh a pound. So do a pound of bricks and a pound of feathers. See, muscle takes up less space than fat. So a pound of muscle looks smaller than a pound of fat. I've actually heard personal trainers say this. Muscle weighs more than fat. No, you guys, weight is weight no matter what you're talking about. That's why you can lose all the weight and see your clothing size shrink even though the scale didn't change. My sister Carrie started bodybuilding a few years ago, and although the weight on the scale never changed from when she started bodybuilding to now, her clothes fit looser and she has actually reduced her body size. That's what bodybuilding does. That's what building muscle does when you've reached goal weight. That's why we encourage this in our maintenance program. But we don't encourage it when you're in weight loss mode. Don't muddy the waters. Don't try to do two conflicting goals. Lose your weight, then we concentrate on building the muscle. You'll start looking better in your clothes and you'll feel better, have better balance, and fight bone density loss. If you're a woman, don't worry, you won't get bulky like a guy. It's a lot harder for women to get bulky than you think. Look, I naturally carry a lot more muscle than most women, and it's still hard for me to get bulky. I like that look. I want to get bulky, but it's hard to do. You build muscle with strength training, and there are tons of ways to strength train. Some work better and faster than others, but there are so many options, and you'll find what's right for you. Before worrying about how to get rid of fat once you've hit your goal weight, let's just get you there first. The fastest and safest way to lose weight naturally is with real food, water, and sleep. Exercise is great, but you don't actually need any exercise to lose all the weight you want. You don't need the shakes, you don't need the diet pills, you don't need diet foods delivered to your door, and you don't need exercise. All you need are real food, water, and sleep, and a few simple rules. That's what we do on my program, the Code Red Lifestyle. We eat meat, vegetables, nuts, eggs, seeds, seafoods, and dietary fat. We also drink plenty of water and focus on sleep. Sleep and water are the number 1 and number 2 biggest rules in weight loss, in that order. Your diet can be spot on, but if you're dehydrated and you're not sleeping, well, your weight loss will stall. The best way to get started on Code Red is with the 10-pound takedown challenge. I've linked it up below. We have them every month, so if you missed the last challenge, then get the next one that's coming up. You can lose at least 10 pounds in 30 days with a very, very simple methods. So click the link below, and I'll see you on the next video.
Speeding video 4.
To reduce fat and build muscle, let me do that again. I think we can all use the only way to actually, sorry, Kristen like this. Kristen goes, that was funny. Exactly what you'll need to do, one more time. I had IBS. Keep thinking I have a booger in my nose.